we first started the show, I really thought we were doing a show about building cars and motorcycles.
Counting Cars has thrilled millions with its high-octane restorations and charismatic crew, but beneath the polished paintwork lies a more turbulent story. What happens when trusted team members betray the business or clash with the relentless demands of TV production? You might be surprised by the drama and disappointment that unfolded behind the garage doors, involving employees users never expected. Danny Koker has finally broken his silence, naming 5 of the most troublesome employees who shook the foundation of Counts Kustoms. From embezzlement and theft to creative conflicts and quiet exits, these stories reveal the hidden costs of fame, loyalty, and ambition in one of the most popular automotive shows on television. Early challenges. Danny Koker's journey began long before Counts Kustoms became a household name. Born in Cleveland and raised in Detroit, he grew up immersed in the vibrant culture of muscle cars and hot rods that defined that region. His father's love for music and cars influenced Danny deeply, blending creativity with mechanical passion from an early age. Moving to Las Vegas in the early 1990s, Danny developed a unique persona as Count Cool Rider, a late-night TV horror host, but never lost sight of his true love, customizing classic cars and motorcycles. Starting Counts Kustoms primarily as a way to maintain his personal collection, Danny gradually attracted attention for his bold, rebellious designs that mixed classic styles with modern flair. His signature flame paint jobs, low-slung stances, and roaring engines quickly garnered local celebrity and brought in clients from various walks of life. The shop was initially a tight-knit group of craftsmen who worked like family, sharing jokes and passion in an environment grounded in trust and mutual respect. The big break came when Danny's expertise caught the eye of Pawn Stars producers, leading to his appearances as their go-to auto expert. In 2012, Counting Cars launched on the History Channel, showcasing both the builds and the personalities behind them. From the start, the show stood out for its authenticity, highlighting real craftsmanship without manufactured drama. Yet, while the spotlight brightened, it also cast shadows over the daily realities behind the scenes, where pressures and challenges quietly mounted. As Counts Kustoms became a national sensation, the impact of sudden fame began to change everything. The impact of fame. With success came a surge in fans and tourists flocking to the shop, turning Counts Kustoms from a private workspace into a public spectacle. The constant presence of visitors and cameras disrupted the team's workflow, making it difficult to focus on the demanding builds. What once was a close-knit group of friends gradually evolved into a business under intense scrutiny, where every mistake was amplified. For some crew members, the attention was thrilling, but for others, it created tension and even division. The pressure of TV deadlines intensified the stress. While each episode showed a car's transformation in just a half hour, the reality was weeks or months of painstaking work. Maintaining top quality under time constraints left the team exhausted, often working long hours to meet production needs without compromising standards. Danny had to uphold a high level of perfection, refusing to accept anything less than flawless work, which increased demands on his staff. Fame also exposed cracks in the team's cohesion. Some employees struggled to handle the spotlight and became preoccupied with personal credit or financial gain. Conflicts emerged, fueled by clashing egos and diverging priorities. The family atmosphere slowly gave way to workplace challenges that tested Danny's leadership and forced difficult decisions. This new reality shaped the departures that would shock fans the most. One of the earliest and most damaging betrayals came from someone trusted with the company's finances. Joseph Frontier's betrayal. Joseph Frontier held a crucial role as Counts Kustoms bookkeeper, responsible for managing payroll, bills, and business expenses. Initially, he was trusted with significant financial responsibility, appearing to be a reliable part of the operation. However, over time, alarming discrepancies in the shop's accounts came to light. Investigations revealed Joseph had stolen more than $75,000, siphoning funds for personal luxuries including a down payment on a high-end vehicle and airline tickets. His actions went beyond simple theft. Joseph forged Danny Koker's signature and created false records to cover his embezzlement, making the betrayal not only financial but deeply personal. The money diverted could have gone towards building projects, paying staff, or expanding the business. When Danny and his team discovered the extent of the deception, it was a crushing blow that directly threatened the shop's stability and trustworthiness. Legal action followed quickly in 2016 when Kustoms sued both Joseph and the staffing agency that had placed him, claiming failure to properly screen him. The scandal was kept largely off-screen until word leaked out, explaining Joseph's sudden disappearance from the show without explanation. Since then, he has vanished from public view with no updates or public statements. This episode made Danny far more cautious about financial oversight and planted a lasting wariness about who to trust behind the scenes. With finances compromised, another key team member's quiet departure left fans curious and wondering about the true story behind the scenes. Scott Jones's departure. Scott Jones was one of the earliest faces fans saw on counting cars, serving as both the shop manager and assistant bookkeeper. His role was critical in keeping the business organized, managing budgets, and making sure deadlines were met. On camera, Scott came across as blunt and serious, often clashing with Danny Koker's more creative and risk-taking approach. These differing styles created ongoing tension that was visible to viewers and added a layer of real conflict behind the scenes. Despite the friction, Scott's presence was important in maintaining some balance, as he focused on practical business concerns while Danny pushed the limits creatively. However, after Season 2, Scott quietly disappeared from the show without any on-screen farewell or explanation. This sudden absence sparked rumors of financial mismanagement or backstage disputes, though none were ever confirmed by the show or staff. Later reports clarified that Scott's exit was a personal choice rather than a fallout. Wanting to be closer to his family, he moved to Tennessee, where he now runs his own automotive business and appeared on Netflix's Swap Shop. While his departure lacked drama, it left a noticeable gap in the early team dynamic. Scott represented a pragmatic voice that contrasted with the evolving culture of the show and shop. Another departure, however, was far less quiet and left fans stunned due to missing equipment and unanswered questions. Raleigh Sabo's sudden exit. Raleigh Sabo quickly became a fan favorite on Counting Cars, known for his infectious energy, thick Hungarian accent, and sharp humor that brought life to the shop. As the lead detailer, his work was impeccable, ensuring each car left Kustoms looking pristine. Raleigh's blend of personality and craftsmanship made him a beloved cast member from seasons 2 through 6, and his lighthearted presence helped balance the pressures of the work environment. In 2017, the tone shifted abruptly when thousands of dollars worth of professional detailing equipment vanished from the shop. Shortly after, Raleigh disappeared from the series without any explanation or farewell scene, leaving both fans and colleagues puzzled. Though official statements were scarce, rumors quietly circulated linking Raleigh to the missing gear, suggesting he may have taken the tools when he left. This departure shocked many who had come to admire his contributions and personality. Despite the controversy, Raleigh remained in Las Vegas and established Rock and Rolly Custom Detailing, where he continues to work with cars and maintain his reputation for high-quality detailing. The sudden loss of Raleigh and the missing equipment marked the start of greater trust issues within the team. It signaled that Kustoms was facing more profound challenges than just creative or business differences. This growing tension within the shop also foreshadowed difficult departures involving two of the most talented builders Kustoms ever had. Creative clashes and legacy. Shannon Eco and Mike Henry represent two of the most talented and memorable craftsmen to ever grace Kustoms. Yet their departures reveal the complex tension between artistry and the demands of reality TV. Shannon, known for his quiet demeanor and meticulous motorcycle builds, was the steady hand behind some of the shop's most iconic bikes. He built machines with soul, focusing on quality over spectacle, and stayed largely out of the spotlight. However, as the show evolved to emphasize drama and storytelling, Shannon's low-key style clashed with the heightened theatrics, leading him to gradually fade from the screen and eventually step away quietly to focus on his craft, away from the cameras. Mike Henry, famously known as Horny Mike, brought bold colors, wild designs, and a flamboyant personality that made him a fan favorite as Kustoms' lead airbrush artist. His artistic flair transformed simple cars and motorcycles into rolling masterpieces, But creative differences with Danny began to surface as Mike pushed to break boundaries while Danny aimed to maintain a certain brand image. The fast-paced, deadline-driven nature of TV production further strained Mike's creative process, forcing him to compromise on time-consuming artistry. Over time, Mike scaled back his presence on the show and eventually transitioned to running his own successful business, maintaining a cordial relationship with Kustoms while carving out his own path. Counting Cars has thrilled fans with spectacular builds and lively personalities, but Danny Koker's revelations show not every chapter was smooth. From betrayals behind the scenes to creative tensions and quiet exits, these 5 employees shaped the shop's story in unforgettable ways. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the real dramas behind Kustoms, please like and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes insights into your favorite shows.